Goedenavond, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And we had a cracker of a live stream just a short while ago with Gareth Cliff. And very interesting discussion, lots of back and forth. Now, I got an email from a lady who wrote, "Dear Sir, I'm an avid viewer of your program and thought to forward a small example of what is happening in our beloved country at this moment of lockdown." And carries on, "I have finally gathered the courage to share our story after suffering much trauma over the past few days. Our basic human rights have been violated, and my family is suffering the consequences of this attack on us and our community. This weekend, my husband was arrested by witch-hunting traffic cops on the beach of Dwarsgesbos, where we were part of a small community of permanent residents. I entered the scene where I left my husband, 10-month-old baby, and a dog to quickly get our essential goods from the Sea Kai, about 200 meters from the beach, where we took a walk during the 6 to 9 a.m. exercise slot under level 4 lockdown regulations. We were on our way home. My 10-month-old son, strapped to my husband's chest in a baby carrier, was crying hysterically as a traffic cop was tugging and pulling, manhandling my husband and trying to drag him across the beach to his car that was much further along from our current location than our house. I ran over trying to figure out what was happening and tried to get him to leave my husband alone, screaming and crying and feeling hopeless. This left my 3-year-old daughter stranded at about 50 meters away from us, having to witness my desperate pleading to let them go. Our baby boy was dangling from the carrier on my husband's chest, swaying and screaming as he kept on tugging and pulling my husband. I snatched our son from my husband and looked on in horror as they cuffed and arrested him right there and then in front of our hysterical children. They left me stranded with 2 kids, groceries, and our dog, having to now figure out how to get my husband before they drive off with him. I ran with the kids and groceries, my poor 3-year-old having to keep up, very traumatized by the event, and left her with the shop owners. I then had to hurry to the vehicle where my husband was now sitting, cuffed, and ordered not to say one word, as it will be held against him in the court of law. I pleaded with them to drop this and give us a fine, but they asked me to please stop using my baby against them and leave, or I would be arrested too. I'm still breastfeeding my 10-month-old. Basically, he lives on me. After hours of trying to figure out what to do on the phone with lawyers and friends, I finally had to go to the police station in Laiplek to check out the situation and had no option but to leave my children alone with our neighbors for hours. Why did this happen? 1. Unrealistic lockdown regulations. 2. Now this is a kicker. This is what really pisses me off. Nosy neighbors calling police on one another. 3. Power tripping and bloodthirsty officials out on a witch hunt to send messages to the people of Dwarsgesbos. And then she says in Afrikaans, "Vir diegene wat die beleide saak oor die naweek gevolg het, dit is baie relevant tot ons huidige situasie in Dwarsgesbos en ek deel graag die volgende uitreksel. The national lockdown is slowly creating a social decay in society where neighbors are incentivized to spy on each other and calling the police on each other for doing everyday things like walking on the beach. The officers involved need to be suspended immediately, without pay, and before any investigation takes place. This is outrageous." Now, I want to pick up on that thing about the nosy neighbor. You know, under communist Russia, back in the 60s and the 70s, that's what was happening. People were dobbing in each other to the authorities. That's where South Africa is going terribly wrong. You know, cut out this dobbing in other people. Imagine if that had been you in that position. I just don't understand how people can find pleasure in doing this sort of crap to other people. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video. Please share this video. And above all, please stay safe. Bye for now.